We're joined now by the Center of the American Experiment, President John Hinderaker. Hi, you're doing well, John. You're doing very well. Listen, I want to ask you, very first up, the hostages that have just been released and the 12 o'clock deadline that passed here a few hours ago, where Trump threatened hell breaking loose if all the hostages were not out. What's happening? The 3 hostages are out. Where are the rest? And when's hell breaking loose?
Well, Rowan, I was a little bit disappointed when Trump said they got to release all the hostages by noon. I'm thinking to myself, high noon. You know, that's a phrase that resonates with Americans. Yeah. But it didn't happen. The Hamas is proceeding with this, dribs and drabs, a hostage here, a hostage there. And what Trump said today is that he's leaving it up to the Israelis. If the Israelis want to unleash hell on the Gazans, we will be with them. But he's deferring to the Israelis in terms of how they want to respond.
And what's the thinking about how they will respond?
Well, honestly, I don't know. I mean, Netanyahu has been under tremendous domestic pressure to try to bring the hostages home. And to some extent, that has impeded Israel's war efforts there in Gaza. And one thing we don't know is how many of the hostages are even still alive. It's a terrible, terrible situation. And Netanyahu has been trying to deal with it, manage it for a long time now. And I'm not sure how it's going to play out. The only thing I'll tell you for sure is that if the Israelis do decide to end the ceasefire and go back to war and finish the battle against Hamas and the Gazans, that the Trump administration will support them.